All right now, hey beloved, let me just say something while it's in my spirit. And I'm just going to say it just like it came to me. You cannot get into the kingdom of heaven with hate in your heart. It's impossible. Because when you have hate in your heart, you are not obeying the commandments of God. Jesus says, those who love him love and obey me. And the only way to show Jesus, to show God that you love them, is to obey their word. The first two commandments is love. First two. One is love the Lord thy God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. And then love your neighbor as you love yourself. And then Jesus came back around in the New Testament and also said, love others as I have loved you. In order for us to show love to Christ, to God, is by keeping their word. If you have hate in your heart for anyone, I don't care what color, I don't care what financial situation they're in, I don't care what they have done, okay? I don't care what their people have done to you or your people, it does not matter. If you have hate in your heart for anything, for any reason against anybody, you are not going to be able to get into the kingdom of heaven with hate in your heart. Because love is the prerequisite. So you can do everything right, but if you're not doing it from a posture of love, saying, you know what, Lord, just like you have forgiven me for my sins, I forgive them for theirs, for what they have done against me. It's, you know what? It's in the prayer. The prayer that Jesus told us to model. Forgive us our trespass as we forgive those who trespass against us. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Okay? So you want God to forgive you and to look over the many mistakes that you have made, but you don't want to forgive other people when he has. And if you want to be more like him, you need to forgive just like he has. You want grace, but you don't want God to give them grace. You want mercy, but you don't want God to show them mercy. And we have to stop being like that. And if you have hate in your heart for another race, that's not of God. If you have hate in your heart because how someone is different than your financial level, that's not of God. God says to love. And we have people here trying to act all high, mighty, and holy, and they do not love a group of people because of their skin. Or they feel like they are more than other people because of their financial status. None of that is of God. You cannot have hate in your heart toward anyone. We are created in God's likeness and image. We are to mimic, to represent, to do as Jesus has done. And if we can't do that, we're messing up. Everything can be fixed in this world with love. Everything. Everything. Because if you love, you will not create things to destroy anyone else. You will not create things that will cause harm to anyone else. You will not say things that will discourage and tear down anyone else. It's impossible, and I'm going to say it again, it's impossible to love God if you can't love other people. So if you are one of those Christians, so-called Christians, who go around pleading the blood, talking about that you're doing this in Jesus' name, but you have hate in your heart for other people, you are no more than a hater in sheep's clothing. And I say that with all of the love that I have.